All right, so let's say you have a YouTube channel, but you also want to have additional paid content available to your followers on a monthly basis. So basically a subscription. Here's how you can do it. You can also clone this project. The link is in the description of this video, just in case you want to follow with me. So here is the project. Here we have some content, and we want to make it available only to people who pay. Here we have a little block that will hide this content. And here we also have in the navigation some buttons that will show only when someone is not logged in, and then some other buttons that will show once they are logged in. So if I double click this component and I click between these buttons to select this block here, guest block, and if I go to settings, I can see that conditional visibility is turned on and it shows when is logged in is false. So when someone is not logged in, they will see these buttons, and let me click this authenticated block, and in the settings here is showed when someone is logged in, when it's true. Okay, so this shows only when they're not logged in, and this shows when they are logged in. And let me go ahead and click done editing, and let's go to preview, and let me show you how this works. So we are currently not logged in, so we don't see those other two buttons and only these two buttons. So this is when someone creates an account. They're still seeing this, and this is not covering this. So let's do that right now. Let's connect those things together to make it work as expected. The first thing we need is authentication over here. Click authentication, make sure this is turned on, and you see what you see here. Then in the pages, once you turn on authentication, you'll see a login page, a reset password page, new password page, a sign up page, and additionally, in this template, we added a subscribe page so that the users can actually pay for the subscription, and a thank you page. All right, so what we have here is two things. Let's go to the canvas layers here. One thing is someone creates an account. The second thing is someone subscribes, which means they pay. So they can still have an account without paying. So how do we know which subscriber paid and which hasn't paid? Well, let's go to the CMS, because if we turn on authentication, we also get this users collection here. I already added one user, but what we need is an additional field, and I'm going to call it subscribed. You can call it paid also if you want. True, false. By default, this is false. So we have one user that hasn't paid, that is not subscribed. So if we go back to the canvas, we can now turn on conditional visibility for this content here. I'm going to select this content block and conditional visibility, and only people who are logged in users that have subscribed is true. That's what we want. And then this is going to show only, let's click it, conditional visibility only showed when someone is logged in is false. So only when they're not logged in. So let's preview. So it's working, right? We're not logged in, so we don't see that content. And we're not subscribed, so we're not going to see that content anyways. But what if they're logged in and not subscribed? Well, this is not going to show. So let's actually duplicate this. I think this is going to be the fastest way of doing it. And in conditional visibility, we're going to show this other one only, let's turn this off, add another one, only when they are logged in, a logged in user, and they are subscribed, and it's false. So that only when that's false. There we go. Okay, so that is set up. Now we need the LemonSqueezy product link for the subscribe page here. So if you go to subscribe, let's go to layers, and if we click this button, it's the LemonSqueezy link integration. Here is the URL to your product. And to set that up, let's go to LemonSqueezy. Now, the cool thing about LemonSqueezy is that we have a test mode. So when you turn that on, you can test your zaps. Now, unfortunately, not everything works. So for example, I played around with subscriptions, which are actually not your subscription products, but just your subscribers. And if you click one of those subscribers, those test subscribers, you can cancel the subscription, and this seems to work. But if you want to simulate an event, this actually, and subscription expired, it doesn't seem to work with Zapier, because this is actually what you want, right? So when someone cancels their subscription, you want them to still have access to your site until that subscription, until that month expires, if it's a monthly subscription. Now, the problem I came up with, the problem I saw when playing around with Zapier is Zapier didn't actually see this test subscription expired. So for this video, I'm just going to go with subscription canceled, and I'm going to use a live account instead of this test account. And remember, when you're testing things out, so let's turn this off. When you're testing things out, you create your product here in the products page. Here is one product. You can create it by clicking new product. And let me click this product. Once you create a new product, you're going to see the same screen here. Just add a name. The pricing is a subscription. The model is standard pricing. Pricing unit $5 because that's what I have on my website. I changed this to a month, so it's a monthly subscription. You can add media to make things pretty on the overlay that pops up when people buy, and you can add additional files if you want them to download them straight from LemonSqueezy instead of from Ycode. Now, in this confirmation model, what I changed is that I added, instead of view order, I typed in continue, because once they pay, I want them to continue to the thank you page that I have set up in Ycode, the custom page. And I changed the link to, instead of the product, it changed to that thank you page here. All right, so that's what I did here. And for this video, I'm going to go to live mode instead of test mode. Now remember, when you have the test mode or live mode, you have to create another product for that specific mode. And I did the same thing. It's very similar. And just remember to click share here. And if you're going live, remember that this link is going to be different in your shared product, in your live product, and in that test mode product. So once you tested everything out and you want to go live, remember to go back here, use this link instead of the test one, go to your Ycode and put in the code right over here. Okay, so we have that. Another good thing to do is to go ahead and publish your site, click update, and then click your URL and actually go through this. Now, this is the site that popped up, so let me go actually to the home page first here, and then once you click publish and click this link here, it will take you to that home page. What I would do is log out if you're testing this and you're logged in for some reason, subscribe, and go through all of this. Put in your name, put in your email address, just like I did, and then subscribe to LemonSqueezy also, so that your email address is in Ycode and is then also in LemonSqueezy. This is important later on, or it can save you some time when you're setting up Zapier. So before we go to Zapier, you go to the logo here, click settings, create token, click add API token, give it a name, Zapier plus LemonSqueezy sub, create token, copy this somewhere, save. I'm going to close, open editor, and I'm going to go to Zapier now. I'm on the apps page here. If you're logged into this in the same browser with LemonSqueezy, you can just create that connection by clicking add connection using LemonSqueezy and just following the instructions. You just need to click through some things. Now with Ycode, you actually have to copy that token, click Ycode. Now this looks a little funky because it's full screen, but it's probably going to be a pop-up. Click yes to continue. I pasted in that token that I just created in Ycode. And there we go. Now let's go to Zaps. And I'm going to go to my folder here, which is empty currently. Click create, new Zap. I'm not doing this AI thing. I'm just going to go old school and just click trigger, LemonSqueezy. Now this account is already connected here. So all I need to do is click event and subscription created. Now for Stripe is very similar, and also just pay attention that sometimes, like I said, the test modes are a little different than the live modes, and sometimes it's just better to use the live mode. Click continue. Now trigger, now I'm just going to confirm that this is the account I want to use, the LemonSqueezy account. Now for trigger, store ID, just wait a little for this to load. This is the store I want to use. Continue, test. Now this is where the email address and the subscriber you created comes in. Test trigger. This might fail sometimes, or the good thing is if you get this, it's good. You might get a random email here. I'm actually getting a subscriber that I have in LemonSqueezy. So you can edit this and put in the name of the subscriber. Like I only want Marcin, and also change the email address to Marcin without the +1. Now, if you're using Gmail, then you can do this. You can do +1, +2, and test emails like that. It's basically like an alias. If you use Marcin +3, then you're going to get your email to marcin@ycode.com. I mean, whatever your domain is, that is. All right, continue with selected record. I changed this because I actually have a subscriber like this in LemonSqueezy and in Ycode. Continue with selected record. And if you're watching this a couple of months forward, some of these things might work better than they do now because Zapier is also continuously improving. We're improving. LemonSqueezy probably also adds things. All right, so we're adding a new action. That's going to be Ycode. So a subscriber is created. Their email address and name is checked. Then in Ycode, we want to search for that subscriber in our database, in our CMS, specific collection. Click continue, confirm this account, continue, action. So we want the database table, which is basically the collection. So we're going to use users, database field. Now this is going to be email. We want to search the item that has the specific email address that has subscribed. And we're going to search by the LemonSqueezy email address that subscribed. And we're going to leave this as no. Continue. And this is one of those things, you can test a step. It's not going to work, but it's going to work anyways in this case. Okay, you must fix the issue. It says fix an issue, but the fix for this is you just click plus, add a new Ycode thing, and you see that green check box here, check mark, which is important. So we searched for that item in that collection by using this action here, and now we're creating a new one. Event, update and publish database entry, continue, confirm the account, database table, users, wait a little bit, click entry ID, and this time we're not going to use these. We're going to use a custom one, and it's going to be the email address again. We want to update that specific email address that subscribe in LemonSqueezy. And these are the fields that we have. We have the password, the email address, the name, slug, and here is the subscribed field we created. And this is going to be, in this case, 0, which is false. Now we're going to click continue. Actually, we don't want false. False is by default, right? So we want true, and true is going to be 1. Now continue, and now we can test the step. So let's go back to Ycode. Let's go back to the CMS here and to the users collection. And here, I am not subscribed, right? This user is not subscribed. And now let's test if this works. Test step. Okay. Seems that it worked. And now the most important thing, because you can create this and then start testing and things won't work anymore when you're actually going through everything. You need to publish this, okay? All right, now let's go back. Now let's refresh, and this should work. There we go. Now we can test this, right? We can go to our canvas, make sure we're on the home page, click publish, hit this, and then click subscribe. Marcin, let's say 1, Marcin +1 at ycode.com, password, continue. All right, so we created an account. Let's go see that account in the CMS, refresh. There it is. And now let's pay. Now continue to LemonSqueezy. Now this is a live payment thing. Like I said, I'm not testing this. So I need to use my real data. I'm going to blur this out, .com. And the trick is that you add a discount code that is 100% to make this work. I mean, you don't have to do that, but otherwise, if you don't, then you're just going to be paying from your credit card every time you do this. All right, let me just get my number. All right, put in my number, expiration date, and CVC code. Cardholder name, I'm going to use my real name here because otherwise the bank might not allow this to go through. And the billing address, I'm going to go with Poland, where I'm, and put in the country code. All right, now I don't want to pay $5 or $6 because plus VAT, so I can add a discount code, click 100, and click apply. There you go. And I created this discount code, of course, in LemonSqueezy. Again, just in case, it's right over here, discounts. Here's the code, 100% off. And the name is 100% off. The code is 100, amount is 100, percentage discount. And it applies, discount applies every month, yes, and it applies forever. All right. Now, I'm going to submit the order. Thank you for your order. And now it's going to say continue, and it's going to take me to that thank you page, and then I can start exploring. All right, so a user then can click sign in. There we go. And then now they see the unlocked content, and that's what we want, right? And if we go back to here, we see that new user is here. We already saw that. Now let's click refresh. We can see that they are now subscribed. Now, of course, we also need to add another Zap. So when they unsubscribe, they will cancel the account. Create my new Zap. And I'm not going to go through here. I'm just going to go to Zapier here and create a new one. And you can't see this one here because you need to refresh. And there it is. That's the Zap. Also give your Zaps a name, because if you have a lot of them later, it might be difficult to tell which one does what. So I'm going to say cancel subscription. And again, going straight to trigger, LemonSqueezy, choose event, subscription. So normally what I would do is subscription expired, right? But I'm not going to do this here because, like I said, this is a live account and we would need to wait a whole month for this to actually expire. And currently, like when you're watching this, this might work, but currently I couldn't get the LemonSqueezy test account thing to work with the subscription being expired. So for this video, I'm not going to go with subscription expired. I'm going to go with subscription canceled. Click continue. It's not ideal, but at least I just wanted to show you this workflow. Confirm this account, continue, trigger, store, same store, continue, test trigger. Now I have Marcin +1 now, so I'm not going to change anything. The name is a little different, but let's see, should work. The next one is Ycode again, and again, search database, continue, confirm this account, action, choose table, users, database field, email, search by this email address, by the LemonSqueezy address. Now this is only to kind of allow them to understand which field, etc. It's not actually going to use this address unless you're testing. Continue. test step. Okay, it doesn't work. I mean, it says it doesn't work, but then it works. Ycode, event, update to publish database entry, continue, confirm the account, choose database table, and we're going to go with users again. This is basically the same thing, what we already did before. In the end, we're going to change the subscribed to 0. All right, continue, test step. All right, there we go. Now let's see, let's refresh. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and check this again. Click save, publish, and I hope this works because I'm not really doing it the way I should be doing it, but for now, hopefully it will work. I mean, it will work, but I'm just wondering if it's going to work since I manually subscribe this person again. But let's go ahead and do this. So we have this user, Marcin+1. Let's go. Okay, and let's log out this user just in case I'm logged into the wrong user. Sign in to see if everything works okay. Marcin+1 at ycode.com and Marcin. That's the secret password I shouldn't have said. There we go. Everything is working, but it's not. And the reason is, let me refresh this. I'm going to leave this in this video. I'm not going to edit this out because this might happen to you. And you need to basically publish this or update it. Okay, so let's go again. Refresh the page. There we go. We see everything. Everything is fine. Now, let's test if this user can cancel the subscription, right? Plan and billing. And the problem we have here is we are actually logged in to our LemonSqueezy account. So we can't really, this is not the best way of testing this. So let's create an incognito window and let's type in our page, but instead of sign up, we just want this page, the URL. There we go. And if we sign in again, Marcin+1, ycode.com, secret password, login. And now if we click plan and billing, what's going to happen is we're going to get this enter your email address, sign in. Now you have to go to that email. Let me do that right now really quickly. And here is the email. What you want to do is right click, copy link address, and then go to that incognito window. There we go. So this user has a couple of orders and they can click one of these orders, full subscription, manage subscription. This one is already canceled. So this is the one that's going to be manage subscription, cancel subscription, cancel subscription, save changes. So this is what your users are going to see, right? They're going to be able to cancel. And now if they go to this page, refresh, they shouldn't be able to see this again. Now, the reason they saw this again is probably because I added it manually here. So Zapier didn't actually see it coming. So let's go to cancel subscription. And this is actually also a good way to see if things are working, and go here to see zaps run and if any have run. Okay, let's do that again. There you go. So what I'm going to do is go to the other subscription here, because maybe this is also a subscription. I was playing around with these and I created a couple of subscriptions. So maybe that was actually cancel subscription. I'm going to cancel this one and let's see if that works. Okay. Save changes, cancel. And now let's refresh. Let's hope this worked. There we go. It worked. And the user right over here, once they refresh, they still have the account. Let's make sure this is the right user. Let's sign in again. Marcin +1. That's the user that just canceled. Ycode.com. Marcin, log in. There we go. It's locked again. So they have an account, but it's locked. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you have trouble on any of the steps of this, let me know. We'll try to help you out. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.